Hey Age of Empires fans, welcome to AoE TV. STAR here. We're going to go over a quick 3v3, kind of go over communication and what we need to kind of make this game a little more competitive, stuff like that. So um, it comes down to Bubba the Hun, which is top 16 player, although he's not on the leaderboards. I would definitely put him up there in my list, again because I don't think the one that we've got is 100% accurate. uh, AKKB7, we're going to call him AK. Both get Roman on the team with NZ Heretic. All three players are Chris players, first time I ever played with AK. But he ends up being really good with Roman, obviously. Hoopster Bob, we've got on my team, Nez, and they got both Phoenician, which is definitely tough, especially going against Roman. So I'm Shang, I'm going to be kind of in the middle here, and I'm going to be going against NZ Heretic. The idea, the game plan, is basically for them to hold, and me to get to NZ Heretic's economy, so that way I can kind of skirt the edges to get to everyone else's economy. So that's the idea. Um, let's go ahead and start her up. So with all that being said, um, I can't read people's minds, so if you need help, you definitely need to ask for it. Uh, definitely don't hesitate, because I don't look at other people's fields too much, um, especially when I've got stuff going on on my end. So I definitely recommend joining a Discord. TriStorm's got one for international play. AoE TV's got one with a bunch of different chat options. So definitely check that out. We definitely need to, if we want to see a little bit more competitive play, um, involve uh, a better communication system, because like right now we just don't really have one. So again, I think Hoopster Bob probably made a little bit of questionable choice with the legions. Maybe should have went Sense. I think it would have held off a little bit longer, but I think it's really inevitable in the fact that the siege was coming regardless. So I do take a spot on the back door here, which is nice. So I mean, we're not doing bad. It's just it's gonna be it's a rough hand that's been dealt, basically. I will say, Nez and Hoopster Bob did a good job. One goes elephants, one goes legion. You kind of have to do that. We went over a video the other day that had like two people doing Yamioto, and if you don't switch it up, you're gonna have some issues. If both players go um, Sense, you're gonna have some issues. If both players go heavy horse archer or heavy cavalry, like a mix of those, you're gonna have issues. So you definitely need to switch it up if you can, and they do a good job on that. Again, I just think some of it I would rather had Sense. I think they would just last a little bit longer on the Chosen, or excuse me, the Roman Sense, or excuse me, Legions, because their Legions are really strong. So going against them is really tough, especially like Legion versus Legion. It's kind of like doing against the Chosen Legions. They're beefy. So I don't think he really needs help. I think we're doing decent here. A little squished for sure. I think both players were a little squished. Um, and here's where I could have helped Nez, but I had a bunch of stuff going on in my base, and I didn't really realize he was getting attacked as well. So I'm just trying to clean this up the best I can. And I'm still making headway at the front, so this is just a Heretics pushback, basically. Hope y'all like the music. I mean, I almost get through to Heretics Economy, as you'll see here in just a moment. It's just a little too late. Hoopster Bob's been hit pretty tough, or is being hit pretty tough, and then Nez was hit pretty tough as well at the same time I was. I should have either finished that or deleted it, but yeah, that's where he says he's dead, and kind of is. So again, definitely don't hesitate to ask guys for help. I do think that, unfortunately, if I would have helped Hoopster Bob, um, Heretic would have either regained the ground that I already or had already won, or he would have pushed over to AK's side and probably finished Nez off, and vice versa. Had I helped Nez, especially full force, I think either Heretic would have regained that land, and it kind of would have been null and void, or he would have pushed over to Bubba's side and then kind of finished off Hoopster Bob. So think we were kind of in dicey waters either way. Um, but yeah, I can't read people's minds, so definitely ask for help if you're going to use it, or if you're going to need it. Excuse me. um, all in all, it wasn't a terrible game. We just didn't quite get to the economies in time. So now, if you want to take this game to competitive, I think a couple things we definitely needed to demand is, for one, we obviously need to fix the pathfinding for this build, for the next build. That many right there, that many. Um, Holopolis is insane, number one. Number two, if it gets hit by a catapult, all of them die. So it's OP for you and it's OP against you. So it's terrible on two fronts, essentially, both sides of the coin. That needs to be fixed. You can't add friends if you want this game to be competitive. You're going to have to request that they allow some kind of friend system. It's kind of sad that they don't have that already. And then third, if you want this game to be competitive, there's going to have to be some kind of mirror option. Um, Again, I'm not complaining about the civs. I got the fairly good civ in this situation, lineup anyways. Um, but what I am saying is, to make it competitive, had we had two Romans and a Shang, and they had two Romans and a Shang, this game would have been much, much different. Um, I'm not saying that we would have won or anything along those lines, but it just would have been much more fair, because when you have people with roughly the same skill level, that little advantage helps quite a bit, and especially when you topple on top of little glitches that are entirely accidental but still pop up. It's tough to take on, especially when all you have is elephants, or all you have are this or that. So again, if you guys want the game to be competitive, I would definitely recommend constantly commenting on their Facebook. So if you guys want this game to be competitive, again, we're gonna have to get them to fix the pathfinding, allow some kind of friend options, even if it's just Steam to Steam or Xbox Live to Xbox Live. Something is better than nothing, and we used to have this, So I don't understand how a patch can be updated and make it worse. To me, that's just terrible. And then, thirdly, other games have it. Age of Empires 2 has it. The mirror option, um, random mirror, stuff like that. That would really help this game move forward. So I hope y'all like it. Definitely start commenting on all their Facebook stuff, their fix a bug stuff, as much as you can get the word out there. If you want this game to be, competitive. So if not, you do you. Just play the game as is. But if you're gonna act like this, you need to get in Discord. You need to get in teams, and we need to start doing stuff like that. But in order to do that, in order to make it fair for everyone, we have to get this game in shape.